Okay, so I think I'm getting into this VR model. I'm building a model for Vietnam and doing some testing in some VR stuff. And this is the room that we put the test model in. So basically, the model starts off by bringing in the 2D CAD drawing, and this is a very loose drawing. And then I trace over it in SketchUp, pulling up surfaces, and I try to keep those two set dimensions. Like this is metric, so I'm keeping at least everything down to like a 0.25 or a zero point 0.5 in meters. So I trace over that initial plan, and then I start to line things up. You can see the model starting to take shape. Then I will pull it up and get a little bit more detailed. So now I've got the plan updated with actual walls. So in AutoCAD, I'll take that and explode it down into line work so the walls don't have the properties anymore. I'll make sure the scale is right, bring that line work into SketchUp and check the scale again to make sure everything came in fine. So you can see the bottom one below has the walls and windows, the top one doesn't. And then I'll start to go back in and add more detail to this and align it with any changes that happened in the refinement of the plan. Like this room was added, so I'll pull this room out and add that and go back in and make tune it to match up with how the plan ended up. So now I've kind of got the first level floor plan masked out. I'm starting to drop certain areas lower and keep certain areas up. And now I'll start to extrude some of the main massing of those spaces and just drawing on top of these. Now there's a bunch of different ways you can do it. Sometimes I draw on top, sometimes I'll take that layer below and move it up and copy it up and add to it in height. But this kind of gives you a idea of the initial massing. And then I start to go through and look at the areas that might have glass, and I will copy the line work over with the move tool and change the material to a transparent material. Now this is still massing phase and very much schematic level, but I'll go through and do this for the entire model, matching up windows. And you can see I'm not really matching up exactly with the plan. I'm hitting round numbers because round numbers are going to be a lot easier to deal with when I start to add detail to this model and add a lot more actual windows. But now I've got the massing done, and I'm going to bring in the initial site. This is the 2D site, and see how that overlays onto the model. But I've got to bring this into CAD and actually start tracing that so that I can get the line work so I can adjust the site model. And that's kind of where I left off today.